Hello, this is Jim M0HPJ, and this week I attempted to give a talk to the Norfolk Amateur Radio Club on the Raspberry Pi applications for amateur radio, and tried to give a demonstration of packet radio and APRS, and in true to tomorrow's world form it didn't quite work as expected, so I thought I'd have another go and do a short video. So what we have here is your Raspberry Pi, which has already got power on it. It's connected up to a screen, network cable goes through to the internet, we've got USB through to keyboard and mouse, and what we have here is a little jumper cable which takes power and transmit and receive serial data from the Pi, which runs at 3.3 volt, to a little level converter board which is readily obtained through your favourite internet auction site from Hong Kong for a few quid, which produces a standard RS-232 level port there. That goes through a serial cable to this box here, which is a TNC, a terminal node controller, which it acts as a radio modem, decoding sounds like this when we have the next packet come through. This radio is tuned to 144.800, which is the VHF frequency for APRS. APRS is a position reporting protocol which runs on top of packets. So there you go, we've got some nice tones to be decoded. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug that cable in, which feeds that audio into the back of the TNC, and also the TNC can fire the handy and transmit as well if we want. So you can see the green light flashing, RF is coming in, the green light on the TNC says it's seeing it, so things are looking good. Hopefully it is decoding something, turning it into characters which go up the serial port to the TNC. So now let's see if we can see what is being received. So if I just move over to the screen, and I've got to try and persuade this camera to hold its focus, so keep our fingers crossed. I've got a terminal window running here, and I'm just going to type in Minicom, which is a piece of software which receives and sends serial data. Now on my blog m0hpj.wordpress.com I run through setting up the Pi for serial and also installing Minicom, and in this case my Minicom is already configured with the correct serial baud rate and what have you, and just to check it's working I'm just going to power cycle the TNC, and there we have a nice lot of data. So the serial port is definitely working. So now what we need to do is just wait for some nice packets to come through. This is the bit where I started to lose my nerve during the week, because things were happening very slowly, but I've tried this a few times today and it's definitely working. It just takes a bit of time, and there we go, we've got a packet there, just a little broadcast from MB7TN, which is a local digipeater, and it's broadcasting its position and a little bit of information. It's listening on 433.05 megahertz. Now if you're happy reading those packets and working out what they mean, that's great, but really they don't actually mean a lot. APRS is not really designed to be read by humans. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a can't remember how to get out of this. How do you get out? Q for quit. That'll do. Right, so Minicom, yes, it shows you things are working and you can see what's happening behind the scenes, but not very meaningful. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run a program called Exacthere, which is a graphical user interface which receives APRS data and decodes it and displays it on a map. Now this is going to take a little bit of time to start up, because I still haven't figured out how to get it to cache the maps, and certainly on the Pi the processing power takes a little bit of time to download the maps off the internet and display them. So you're going to have to bear with me for a second. Oh, there we go. So we have Norfolk, and there's my QTH there, so it's displaying me. And a little bit of information down at the bottom. We've got 3 interfaces, only this one on the right with a little green blob is connected, and that's the interface I've configured to connect to a standard serial TNC. So that's up and running and waiting for data, and hopefully at some point we will see a little red arrow blinking on there to say it's receiving data. But in the meantime I can already see that it has 2 stations, but one of them must obviously be somewhere off this map. I'm quite lucky here. The aerial that's up at the moment is receiving from 3 local digipeaters. There's one in North Walsham there, one down in Norwich somewhere, and I'm not quite sure where TN is. But they've also got quite a good coverage, so any packets that they receive that they then repeat on I pick up. So I can get stuff via RF, which has come right the way down from Essex, places like that. But obviously I'm more interested in what's happening in my locality. So yeah, we have some data coming in, you see, and it's saying new objects, but oh, we're getting DLs and OZs, so there must be a bit of a lift going on. We're up to 7 stations now, but still there's nothing displayed on the screen. So perhaps I will take my courage in both hands and I will just pan the map out. What this will do, of course, it means it's got to load a new map, so nothing happens in a hurry using Exastia on the Pi, but if we were impatient so-and-sos, we wouldn't be into amateur radio now, would we? So it's probably slightly out of frame. Oh, there we go. So here you go. We've got G8TMV-9 is somewhere down at Cambridge, and he's moving at 46 kilometers an hour. So I think if we click on that, we can do station info. So the path last heard was via MB7UH. Yeah, so last heard was 1753, a few minutes ago. So he's Mike-E en route. Yeah, and the last position heard. And we can send messages to him, do all sorts of various interesting things. But there you go. So there's and here we go. We've got a beacon here from MB7UNN, which is up on the North Norfolk coast, and MB7UJD. My very local digipeater. So again, they don't beacon very often because they're not moving. This chap down near Cambridge, you can see the vehicle is moving up slightly, and as he moves further, it will actually show a track behind him. What I might just try and do, if we zoom in on this area, again I apologise. We're going to have to wait for the map to load, but that seems to be the only thing that's being really interesting in the area at the moment. We'll give it a look. While we're waiting for that to load, I can say that, as I said, there's more information on my exploits with Pi and Packet and what have you on m0hpj.wordpress.com, and I'm always happy to be contacted. You're free to ask me questions. Email address is jw2002@gmail.com. And I certainly wouldn't call myself an expert, but I'm more than happy to let you know any experiences that I've had. And here we go. We can see the trail of this chap as he's moving, obviously, on some back roads near Cambridge. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I hope this has been informative. We can see we're now up to 16 stations we've received. 19. They're coming in from all over the place, and all of this data is coming in via RF. Which is either being received directly by me if a station is close enough for me to be able to receive it, or the packets have been relayed through local digipeaters. M0HPJ signing off, 73 to all.